Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
You are a movie lover. That is why you are here. Welcome to the Film Freak Movie Interview right here on the Popcorn Talk Network. My name, Leo Quinones, and I'm not a movie critic, not by a long shot. I'm a guy who likes movies, and I love talking to filmmakers. But isn't it always about Mark Wahlberg? How would you like to win The Gambler on Blu-ray DVD combo pack? You want it? Just keep watching. At the end of the show, I will tell you how to win this very DVD. It's out, and John Goodman is the loan shark you do not want to cross. Trust me when I say that. And Brie Larson, the voice of reason. Gambler, check it out. Thank you very much, Paramount. All right, let's talk about what's going on today. I love seeing animated films all the way dating back to 2D, but you know, the 3D stretch has really opened up worlds, and it's taken previous pieces of pop culture and brought them back into movie versions. I'm talking about things like Dr. Seuss's Horton Hears a Who, or Dr. Seuss's The Lorax, or other traditional animation that's gotten better. Despicable Me 1, Despicable Me 2, possibly Despicable Me 3. Well, with that said, there's a saying: if it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage. So it's all about writers. Writers are the nucleus, the jumping off point. Actors are great. They try to rewrite everything. I get it. But it actually has to start with writers. And I've got two friends of the show in studio right now that I want to introduce to you that are just grinding out the pages and creating fantasies that people get lost in every single time. So please welcome to the Film Freak Movie Interview, the one and only Cinco Paul and Ken Daurio. Guys, thanks for being here on the Film Freak Movie Interview.
Thanks for having us, Leo.
We've been doing this for a while.
It's always fun.
Happy to be here.
Right on. So, you guys are crazy, busy. But how do I find you guys in a 2-week dormancy? You guys are always seem to be grinding out scripts. What's going on right now, 2015, with Cinco and Ken?
There's not a lot that we can talk about without Universal getting on our case.
Top
but we are
secret.
But we're working heavily on Despicable Me 3 right now. But you know, the way animation works, there's different phases, different steps. So we are in a little bit of downtime here for about a week. So that's why I thought it'd be fun to come here and visit.
Perfect time. And you called. So this was perfect.
Yeah.
It seems to be a daunting task because I thoroughly enjoyed Despicable Me. Wow. Didn't expect that. But from you guys, I expect a good movie always. Then Despicable Me 2. Boom, another layer of creativity, of fun, just a fantastic film. Now, Universal said, great, guys, we want a third one. So, how intense is it right now?
I'd say it's very intense.
I would say very. I'd say it's at a 9.
You do feel a lot of pressure, right? Because the first movie surprised a lot of people, I think, and did really well. And the second movie did even better. So
And
I think there is a lot of pressure on the third movie. And like, where do you go? Where do you take it story-wise? And
a lot of pressure is our own pressure because we don't want to make a movie that's not as good as the first two.
Of course.
But boy, it's hard to lock that down and to really feel like, we got it. And there's pressure. There's definitely, and now you look at, there's a theme park based on the movie, and there's you know minions everywhere, and it's like become this thing that you don't want to mess it up.
But I will say also, like, once we stop outlining and we dive into the pages, it's super fun.
It is. It's so
to
fun.
go back, and we love writing for those three girls, and for Gru, and now Lucy we get to write for. So it's really fun diving back in, but it is, sequels are tough nuts to crack sometimes. So.
Do you have to go back and look at the other two?
Yeah.
So how do you guys do that? I mean, do you just look at certain parts for continuity, or since you guys are the creators and the writers?
Sometimes we'll sit down and watch the whole movie, but a lot of times we'll revisit a scene.
Or sometimes what we'll do is we'll say, okay, what has Agnes's journey been? So we'll look at all the Agnes scenes and think, well, this is where she started, and this is how she traveled through the first movie. This is what she did through the second movie. Where do we think she fits into the third movie? And so we'll do that for characters and kind of see how much they're represented in each movie and make sure their stories are, what they need to be, and we'll look at it like that.
We don't want to neglect anybody.
No.
Do you guys? That must be a fascinating audio commentary. Hearing you two guys, in real time talking about this. Do you ever have like, man, we should have done this, or we should have done that, or maybe this would have been better, or after it's out, what do you guys do?
Oh yeah, I think you always. Like, I watch those movies now, and I think like, oh, Despicable Me, it takes too long to get going. I always think that like there's some ways we could have trimmed the story, and Despicable Me 2, I always feel bad that Edith sort of got shuffled off to the side.
Yeah.
We talk about that, like, we wish we'd given Edith more to do,
But then it's nice.
She's like the middle girl, the tomboy.
It's nice that we've got this series now, because we can kind of make up for things that we felt lacked in certain areas in earlier movies. So that's kind of something that we have in mind also.
Does Steve Carell get on the phone with you guys, or does he just come in and read his pages? I mean, it's his third go-around as Gru. Does he have like a creative input to what's going on?
He definitely does. Most of it happens actually in the recording sessions. That's where he, works his magic and he improvises.
How do you describe his magic?
Well, his magic is that he reads the lines just as written, and then he goes off.
And as Gru, he just improvises and riffs.
And some of the best things in both movies came from those moments where he just takes a line and then tries it again, and then tries it again, and then it starts to evolve into just becoming really Gru. And he really is that. I mean, he becomes Gru like that.
But we involve him in the process, like pretty soon we're going to meet with him and we'll sort of pitch him the story and, here's what it's like. And
could it go really, really good or really, really bad?
So far, it's gone really, really good.
He's like a very positive guy.
He really is.
So
Cinco Ken, I want to be on board. I really do. But I do have some notes.
I remember when we did our presentation to him for Despicable Me 2 and showed him the first picture of, the evil purple minions from that movie, and showed him that, and he said, like, this is going to make $1 million. And so he was pretty enthusiastic. So hopefully
it will go well.
When we do our Despicable Me 3 meeting, it'll go well.
He is a great collaborator.
Let's talk about the numbers, the dollars. Despicable Me, North America, $251 million. Worldwide, $543 million. The first movie. Yeah. And that's when Universal puts you in the vice grip, do it again.
Yeah.
Okay? Despicable Me 2, $368 million in North America, $971 million.
We're so close to $1 billion.
Yeah, that's what sucks.
Almost made it.
Life
I
sucks.
feel like we failed because we didn't quite.
Let's continue. Horton Hears a Who, $154 million. How'd you make it through that weekend? I mean, $297 million worldwide, and The Lorax, indoctrinating our children, like you guys seem to do always, know. 214 in North America, $349 million worldwide, and that's not including, Hop. And so bankability is a great thing to have in this business. Sure. So what kind of time frame are you guys under for Despicable Me 3, considering the scheduled release date on IMDb is 2017, which is 2 short years away, and animation hasn't even started yet?
Right.
So what kind of a time constraint are you guys under?
A very uncomfortable one. Thanks for asking. I mean, it's tough. Like but we're sort of in the regular schedule. They really never start animating, this early out. But I think, they want to get into layout in a couple months and start doing that. So.
Do you have to create another supervillain like an El Macho again?
Yes. Of course, you have to have something. But the good news is, we really hit we hit the ground running with so much of what this movie's going to be, because we have all of our characters designed and we know who everybody is. So a lot of the work that you have to go through in the first the first episode has already been done. So that really helps. We know who these characters are. We can shorthand a lot of things because the audience knows who a lot of them are.
How does the Minions movie that you guys did not write play into the world? Is it like a standalone? Is it an origin story? What's going on?
It's it is a bit of a standalone, but it's an origin story set in the 60s.
Right.
And so I don't want to give too much away.
I know, that's in the trailer. That's all in the trailer.
Yeah, that's all in the trailer. And, it tells how the Minions came to be.
Was it weird letting go? Was it weird letting go?
That was a little weird.
It was a little strange. Yeah.
It is weird that this movie is coming out and that, we weren't really involved. That feels a little strange, but we just, because of, we also have this Pets movie coming out, Secret Life of Pets with
Secret
Louis
Life
C.K.
of Pets. It's an apartment setting, but we'll get into that a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we
because
had
of
so
that
much
and
going on in
Despicable
Despicable Me 3, we couldn't be involved in it. But Brian Lynch wrote it. He did an excellent job.
You guys disowned the Minions.
I wouldn't say we disowned them, Leo.
It's like
We sort
an
of had
irresponsible parent. You bring them into the world, and then you drop them off at a doorstep. What's going on with you two?
Well, we sent them off to boarding school.
And we send him to Uncle Brian.
Yeah.
Taking good care of him.
Did he come to you guys and say, hey, because you guys are very slippery. When I asked you last time, what the hell's a minion? You guys really didn't give me, you gave me the politician answer, and you did a little 23 skidoo sidestep. So the Minion movie, have you seen it? Does it have your stamp of approval? What would you guys have done different? Did they come to you? There's a lot of questions about the Minions I want to know.
Well, that is why you should.
You'll have to see the movie to find out. They have involved us.
We're very slippery.
They involved us. We think it's super funny.
It's
great.
Yeah.
If you love the Minions, you will love this movie. So.
And I will just say that for the opening of this movie is one of the most delightful things I've seen in a long time. It is really great, and it goes on from there. But boy, that
Very
answers
clever.
that first 10 minutes answers a lot of your questions, and in
and
a
I will
really
say
fun
that
way.
The Minions have always been the baby of the director, Pierre Coffin, and he's the one who directed this movie. So it's right that it's him. He does all the voices and all that sort of stuff. And really, it was like they're kind of his creation. I mean, in our first script, we wrote that Gru had minions, but he's the one who really defined.
He and Chris
who
Renaud,
were.
they both sort of.
And Hector Pietria, is he still doing the music?
I don't know if is he doing the music for Minions?
I'm not sure.
I don't know, but he will definitely do it for Despicable Me 3. I'm sure he did both of the.
He's great.
The first two movies, he's an awesome guy.
Yeah, the El Macho. He just
all
repeated.
those
He
themes
repeated
were
El
great.
Macho, and then layered it, and then made it into a song. That is some really amazing creativity. All right, so Despicable Me is coming out, and how could it not? Okay. Do you guys get a clink off the Minions because since you're the creators, you got a little tink in the piggy bank?
I don't
those
think
numbers,
so.
It would be nice. But
Yeah.
I don't.
No
I don't
clink,
think
just the joy in our hearts knowing that.
Without you, there are no Minions. Okay? You and you. Cinco, Ken. And you're telling me right now, you're giving it over, that there's a movie called The Minions hatched up in those two noggins, and you guys don't get a clink off of that? Come on now.
There are many people involved in making a film. I will just say that.
Ken Daurio running for office, everybody.
No, it is. Look, I will say that it's Minions aside. That the movies that we write, Despicable Me, Despicable Me 2, we don't really get any residuals from those movies because they're animated.
Animated, that's
and they're not
the real
covered
issue.
by the Writers Guild. So that's sort of look, we have the greatest life ever, and we love what we do, and it's all awesome. But it is kind of a bummer.
Kind of. Let me confirm. I'll confirm it. It's a bummer.
We get residuals off of Santa Claus 2 and Bubble Boy, but we haven't got. We don't get a penny
Bubble
off
Boy check is massive.
I have a 1 penny check.
I have one
from
of those
Bubble Boy.
as well. Yeah.
But we don't get them from our animated movies.
Well, you
And that's
guys.
sort of that feels kind of wrong.
It feels wrong to me because those numbers are going
Right.
somewhere. And there's an old saying, you have to dance with who brung you. And you know what I mean? So, let's change some of these rules. I'm just kind of forever flabbergasted, by the whole thing. But I want to talk to, Cinco and Ken writing something, and maybe at one point you guys were having trouble making ends meet. Were you guys always financially secure as a team?
No, there were times we had to go out and sing and dance.
I mean, I will say that once I partnered up with Ken, I had I was a screenwriter for a while on my own, and went to SC and graduated, and I sold a spec, and it was really exciting. And then I had sort of a dry period there for a while where it's like, am I going to be able to really make a living doing this? And I have a family and a house, and got a little nerve-wracking for a while there. And then we teamed up, and then we wrote a script together called Special, which sold. And then the very next thing we pitched was Bubble Boy, which got made. And so Ken is sort of my lucky rabbit's foot,
I'm the
I
lucky
guess.
charm.
But since we did that, we've actually been working pretty
We have been.
steadily.
There's been
We've been
some
fortunate.
But yeah, we've been fine since then. And yeah.
Yeah.
And I had similar, before I met Cinco, I was directing music videos. That was my way into the industry. That was
Right.
my big plan. And I spent about 10 years doing that with the goal of making movies. And I spent about 10 years doing that. I made about 100 music videos and about $100.
Wow.
And it was sort of like, I don't know how much longer I can keep, trying to make this work. And then that's when Cinco and I hooked up, and
we found each other. I mean, hooked up.
we started working together.
Yeah.
All right. So what happens after this little hiatus? How intense does it get? I think I remember you guys don't write in the same room. Is that correct?
We write in the same room, but we go off to our corners.
Oh, okay.
Right? It's
Yeah.
sort of like,
We don't write one over the other's shoulders. Yeah, we'll outline the next 20, 30 pages.
Right.
And
You
then
do
we'll
this
say, you do
scene.
this scene, I'll do that scene. We do them separately, and then we bring them together and read them aloud. Just all the pages together, and you're trying to make the other guy laugh.
And you guys have had to become masters at constructional criticism, because you can hurt his feelings and you can hurt your feelings.
with
Yeah.
each other, it's pretty good with each other. I don't know. That's never really an issue.
Do you get your feelings hurt? 'Cause sometimes-
No. Do you? Not really.
Not really, because there's always another joke.
Yeah.
There's always, you're trying to find something better. So
How do you reject his ideas? How do you reject his ideas?
a lot of times, I'll pitch out a different idea sometimes.
Yeah.
Or a lot of times what you can tell is there's no laughter.
Right.
And so I know, Ken did not find that funny, and so now let's find something
And
funny
so when I
together.
suggest something, he's more open to it, because there's a lot of competition between us, but
Yeah.
we don't sabotage each other's
But we're nice
jokes
to
or
each
anything,
other generally.
And how do you guys compete? See who gets the most pages that day? What's the end
We
game for
compete with a lot of things, but
I will always get the most pages.
you will get the most.
I
Well,
write,
that's not true.
I write faster than
But
Ken.
I write too much.
Right.
So there's
right.
right.
Yeah.
There is that.
But we compete for laughs, and then I guess there would be a little bit of a competition, what actually makes it into the movie finally.
And
maybe.
here's the best thing: when Cinco really believes in a joke, and I'm not sure, and I'll say, okay, just let's leave it in, and I'm hoping that it gets shot down in the room, right? Or after they read the script, that it gets taken out. So that's
son of a gun.
you do the same thing and you know it. So that's always a fun game
Yes.
to play. It's sort of like if you fight for something and it gets left in, boy, that thing better work, or else you're going to hear it.
And I have to be careful. I did debate in high school. I'm pretty good about trying to persuade Ken
right.
of my way of thinking.
A little peek up the skirt here, Ken. The mental warfare that goes on.
Well, he can.
Ken's aware of it, and Ken's a very good-natured guy, so he's very agreeable. So I can often make him see my way, but then it's
But then the next day I'll come back and I'll have to say, actually,
Yeah.
I think that won't work.
and
Yeah.
it's two grown men talking about a space alien.
Or a fart joke, or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, it's important stuff.
So the tone of Despicable Me 1 and Despicable Me 2 were heartwarming, family, that kind of thing. Where's it going to go?
I think that there's always going to be the number one goal will always be humor, and laughs and comedy. That will always be.
And then
But we
another-
always need to have
Some heart.
some heart in there, and because that's a really important part of what made the first movie a success. This crotchety villain kind of opening his heart, these three little girls, and
Right.
becoming a dad, and then the second one was about him opening up to romance and love. So
And
that will always be a part of these movies for sure.
And I think that's something we've really tried to make happen, because I love funny movies and comedies and stupid, dumb, funny. But if you can get me to laugh and to feel something, those are
cry.
the movies that stick with you for me. And that's kind of what we're aiming for with these movies.
With these numbers, what is it like for you two when there's a suit, a non-creative person who's trying to shove their agenda into what you've already written? What is that bridge like?
No comment.
You better comment. You better.
You don't think they watch these? I don't think there's any of the
listening. What are you,
watching this?
Do you see the life has been beaten out of these two?
No, look, I am outspoken. I'm just nervous that Ken's going to get upset that I'll say too much.
Hey, I'm very easygoing.
No, it's
a tough
hard
deal.
and it's frustrating, and I don't like to complain because we like we feel like two of the luckiest people in the world. But
and here's the thing, we also have to acknowledge that obviously some of these things that the suits told us were wrong and we changed were maybe right, because look at the numbers.
Right.
Every choice in these movies wasn't our first choice, and they were brought to us by either the director or producers or other people. And so that has been something that we've had to kind of learn and grow with as we're making these movies.
We're not always right.
We're not always right.
Most of the time.
That's true. Most of the time. But
let's do a scientific test.
Okay.
Horton Hears a Who. You write it, 10, it's Ken and Cinco. Where does Horton Hears a Who rank on your vision, 1 to 10? 10 being your vision all the way.
Horton,
boy, it's hard. And
7 or 8?
Yeah, and it's hard to do that with these animated movies because they take 3-4 years to make.
Correct.
And so around year 3,
very
you kind of
collaborative.
forget, was that my idea? Did we want that? I don't even,
Yeah.
you really do evolve with the movie and your opinions change. And by the end, I think that for the most part, these movies end up being the best version, or a really good version. So
I would say that Despicable Me is the closest to
I think that's the one that
like what we originally conceived and what we wrote and everything of all the movies.
I agree with that.
What about Despicable Me 2? 10 being nothing but Ken and Cinco.
I'd say that was like an 8, probably.
Yeah, it
7 or
dropped
8.
a little
You gotta
bit.
give a little,
7
I
or 8,
guess.
yeah.
No,
But again, it was
look
a lot
at
of
like
things.
in all these movies. There's lots of contributions. It's not like we did the whole thing, but I'd say that like Despicable Me was the closest to what we envisioned,
what we walked in
and
thinking,
wanted,
we hope the movie looks
and
like
hoped
this.
it would be. Yeah.
Is it a work assignment for you guys to go see other animated films? Do you guys go together? Do you guys go separately? Do you even watch other animated films?
No, we watch them for sure.
Yeah, but it's not.
We don't
like,
usually
we don't
go
do it as a
together.
assignment, unless you hear there's buzz or there's something that everybody's talking about, and we feel like we should really.
We
check
love
this
these
out.
movies. Like the
But we
Lego
do.
movie to
Lego
me is one of
movie
like the
was-
greatest movies of the last decade, and I love that movie so much. And I've saw it a zillion times just to enjoy it, but also, you want to see what's out there and to study it and see how they did it and
different,
how
and
the
it's-
story moves, and
And you guys have to keep up with this. This evolving technology is so quick, isn't it? The things that they do. Does it matter to you
we don't
guys?
have we don't worry about that.
We get to make up
You-
whatever
you-
we want.
you write
Somebody
it?
else has to figure out how to do it. Yeah, that's the beauty of our scene.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of times, like early on when 3D was a big deal, and I don't know if 3D is going to go away or what's happening, because we haven't been asked about it much lately, but early on we were asked, like, do you write for 3D? And,
Is it different writing for 3D and 2D? It's like, no, it's a story.
I loved it in Despicable Me 2, the amphibious car and the submarine and Hector's score.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, what a world. What a world. Really crazy. Okay, so I want to play a game with you guys.
yes.
Finally, the games.
We play games all day long.
Cinco Paul Ken Daurio. I know you guys are classy and you guys are spiritual, so this is not going to be F, marry, kill. This is going to
Oh
be...
yeah, please.
This is going to be one night stand, marry, kill, but it's going to be cartoon characters.
Okay.
Since I need a reason, you guys have to justify your reasons. It's going to be one night stand, marry, or kill.
Okay.
Here we go. First 3. Lucy Wilde, Kristen Wiig's character from Despicable Me 2. Mm-hmm. Ellie from Up. Jessica Rabbit. One night stand, marry, kill.
Well, Ellie does die. Anyway.
sort of taken care of, right?
I mean, so pretty,
That's an easy one.
Yeah, that's an easy one. I mean,
Ellie's
for
out.
sure, I would marry Lucy Wilde because she is adorable and delightful.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica Rabbit, one night stand for sure.
I'm gonna go a different way.
You're gonna go
I'm gonna go a
way?
different way. You marry Ellie. Come on, with the pin and the picture on the wall. Forget about it. You marry Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna kill Jessica. You're gonna wait.
I'm gonna kill Jessica Rabbit.
Whoa!
You would
There's gonna
prefer
be trouble. She's gonna
You
be
would
trouble.
prefer a
There's
one
gonna
night
be
stand
trouble.
with Lucy?
Lucy is a
Wilde?
fun gal out on the town. Jessica Rabbit, there's going to be trouble. I'm just saying.
That's not an honest answer.
I don't know. I'm just saying. It's a practical answer. That's what it is.
I think
guess.
that's my favorite quote of the whole day. That's not an honest answer.
Oh my god!
All right, so you guys are
Okay.
differing. Let's see. Let's see
we are.
round 2.
Okay, round
one
2.
night stand, marry, or kill.
Okay.
Betty Boop, Daphne the blonde from Scooby Doo.
Daphne was a ret.
No, Daphne.
The hot one. Daphne was the hot one. Yeah.
Oh, she was blonde?
Yeah, yeah. I think I forget the other one. Anyways.
Velma.
All right.
Okay, Daphne?
And Jessie the Cowgirl from Toy Story. Jessie the Cowgirl, Daphne from Scooby-Doo, Betty Boop.
Done. I got it.
Okay, you go first,
Okay,
Ken.
you kill Betty Boop because the shape of her head, I don't get it. It's just weird.
It's not attractive?
I'm not buying the whole thing. So
Okay.
she's out. Plus, she's black and white. Let's just move her off the table.
Okay.
The one I stand with Daphne. Right?
From Scooby-Doo?
Because it would be fun, right? It'd be crazy. There'd be ghosts.
Because you've had many
right?
Saturday mornings, but never a one-night stand.
Exactly. And then who am I?
Jessie the Cowgirl.
Then Jessie, right? Jessie, you settled down with Jessie. She had that really rough period where she got left in the box.
Yeah.
You
right?
like it rough?
I think
I'm
she's
just
damaged
saying,
goods,
she has-
though.
She's not damaged goods. No, she has
I think I
capacity
would-
for love, and that's who you marry, right?
A night with Daphne,
One-night stand.
marry Betty Boop, and kill
Wait.
Jessie.
Okay, we need explanations.
What are you, crazy?
One-night stand with Daphne. Why Betty Boop for marriage?
Yeah, I'm actually
Yeah,
gonna
you're gonna
flip.
change that.
I'm
That's
gonna
not
one
an honest
night with
answer.
Betty
Yeah,
Boop, and then I would marry Daphne. I think I'd marry Daphne.
She's
I always
always
thought she
hanging
was
out with that
wonderful.
stoner kid and his dog. I mean, I don't know if that's...
And you're going to kill Jessie the Cowgirl.
Yeah.
What? She's
She's a
had
little
rough life
annoying.
already.
Although Joan Cusack voices her, right? Love Joan
right?
Cusack.
That has nothing to do with
No,
it.
it doesn't. No,
No.
Jessie.
She
would-
is not Joan Cusack.
I would kill Jessie. She's a toy.
Wow.
She's not really alive.
These are
Heartless.
What revelations? Yeah,
I'm killing the Pixar characters, by the way.
that is not a true statement. All right, here we go.
Oh, there's one more.
Well, I think it's fun. I like your reasoning because
yeah.
you guys are the consummate cartoonists, animators. You know, this is what you guys do.
Okay,
All right, here we go. One night stand, marry or kill. Ariel, the Little Mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
Betty Rubble from the Flintstones.
Mm-hmm.
Marge Simpson. Ariel, the
I need
Little
a
Mermaid.
qualifier. Is she in mermaid form or human form?
Did I say
What does
Ariel
it
the Little
matter?
Human, or did I say
You
Ariel?
said mermaid.
Okay, I said,
that's it. There you go.
Okay.
What do you mean, what does it matter? I don't think it matters.
Gosh.
All right. Marge,
That's
Marge
offensive.
Simpson. Marge Simpson is out.
You kill Marge.
Kill Marge.
Marge is done. Okay.
Yeah, you have
Okay,
to
gone.
kill her.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I would for sure. You marry Betty Rubble, and then one night with Ariel. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Betty Rubble is just ideal.
And she puts up with a lot of
loved her.
nonsense.
Yeah. What you have to also wonder is Ariel like sushi? Could you like kill her?
Right, that could, right?
And just
Dinner
like,
with Betty.
No.
Would be, no.
Okay. No, this is not
No.
my.
Right.
Okay.
But she's adorable.
All right.
But Betty Rubble is just
Right.
cute and nice. And,
All right. One more, guys. Just
Okay.
one more. Carmen Sandiego from Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Josie from Josie and the Pussycats, or Wonder Woman from Super Friends?
That's a tough one.
Carmen Sandiego, Wonder Woman, Josie from Josie and the Pussycats.
I would kill Carmen Sandiego because
Yeah.
I don't even.
Right,
She's
that's-
like a trench coat and a hat and sunglasses. What is she even?
And again, trouble.
Okay. Got
I'm
it.
with you there. I think we're gonna
Wonder
go,
Woman.
We gotta go the same way now.
Josie and the Pussycats, Wonder Woman.
I think you married Josie.
Yeah,
I think you married Josie.
I think you do. But I would prefer. I always liked Melody. I liked the other Pussycats.
You can't
more than-
change the game.
No,
I pick
no,
Melody
no,
the
right there.
blonde?
No, you cannot.
no.
No, that's not how the game
Okay,
works.
but I would pick Josie.
So let me hear your three. Carmen, Wonder Woman, Josie.
No, you know what? I would kill Wonder Woman. No.
You can't. First of all, you cannot kill Wonder
You
Woman.
can't because she has the
Yeah,
bracelets.
and the lasso
I would
of
kill Carmen.
Lasso of Truth would get you in trouble.
One night with Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I'd marry Josie.
That's
Okay.
exactly right.
She's a
That's
musician.
Finally, that's
You
exactly
concur?
right. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, here we go. And this one is from producer Steven because he's oddly curious and he needs answers. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
This is for you, Steven.
One night stand, marry or kill. All right, Ken, Cinco, you have Mirage from The Incredibles. Okay? Is that the mom?
Oh, yes.
Or is that the team?
No, that's Elizabeth Pena, right?
Okay.
The team?
No.
Which one, Steven?
No, she works for Syndrome.
Oh, Mirage. Yes.
Oh,
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, got it. Olive Oil from Popeye.
Right.
And Neytiri from Avatar.
Neytiri counts as animated?
No. Does it? Okay.
In James Cameron's
Wait,
animated...
is this Avatar?
Yeah.
Is that the name of the character?
Yeah, Neytiri. It
Okay.
was,
Zoe Saldana?
It's Neytiri. It's not.
Okay.
No, get Zoe out of your head.
But we're just making sure that. Okay.
That would sway you,
Right.
Zoe.
Okay, say these one more time.
Mirage from The Incredibles, olive oil from Popeye, Neytiri from Avatar.
Can we kill all three?
Seems harsh. Are you going to go through this life alone?
It is harsh.
I mean,
I'm leaning toward marrying olive oil, right? But she's so two-timing with that Bluto, right? Can you trust her? I don't know that I would trust her. That's the problem.
Who did Sweet Pea
Sweet
belong
Pea?
to?
Oh yeah, whose baby? No, they found Sweet Pea. That was not.
Oh, that was just found?
No, that was just an issue.
I think.
Yeah, we need to see this again.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I think Mirage is sort of. She's attractive.
I think that's your date.
Is that the date?
that's a one-night
That's your
stand.
one-
Because you
and then-
cannot trust her.
Right, and then olive oil. I'm gonna marry olive oil, and I can't get involved with the whole. There's so much baggage with.
Give me 3 reasons why Neytiri's not good for you, Ken.
No, I'm just saying there's a whole world that
That's one.
has to be saved. That's enough for me.
But it's kind of like the Little Mermaid. She's not human.
right, exactly. Can we eat her?
No.
Hey, this is a family show?
I know. I'm just.
I would
saying.
say I would kill Neytiri.
Yeah,
I would
think
I
You
would do
would kill
one night
Neytiri.
with olive oil because I can only handle one night of olive oil.
The voice.
And then I'd like spend the rest of my life with Mirage, I guess.
Oh, it's gonna be a short life.
Why? She's gonna kill me?
Yes.
No, she was good inside, remember?
Well, I don't
She
know.
helped Mr. Incredible ultimately.
Oh my gosh. All right, thank you guys for playing that game.
Oh my gosh.
We'll look back at that tape
was-
and go, what were we talking
know,
about
I
there? Okay,
Yeah.
so let's talk about 2016, The Secret Life of Pets.
Yes.
Do you guys get nervous when you're pitching anymore, or they're like, we can't wait for Cinco and Ken to come in and pitch us our latest? What's it like now when you have to pitch it? Are you confident, or are you always wondering?
No, I think it's fun pitching.
Yeah, we like pitching.
Now. We're in a situation where we're not pitching to get the job.
Right.
We have the job, and so we're just sort of pitching. To
find the story.
to find the story. Here's our take on it, but sometimes we'll pitch new ideas to Chris Melodondri, our boss, but that's usually fun.
Yeah, it's always fun. We like
There's
pitching.
no pressure. In the old days, before we have an overall deal, with Illumination and Universal now, but before then, you're just going from job to job.
That's every
Pressure.
job you
A
don't get,
pressure
it gets a
cooker.
little more pressure and a little more
Yeah.
pressure. And what we found was we finally got to the point where we had to stop caring. And once we, because we were so nervous about getting that next job,
And they
once
can
we
sense it. Like executives can smell fear and desperation.
Oh my God.
Just
That makes
like
them a little more
animals.
powerful.
Just like
yeah,
wolves
totally.
or something. So
And then
yeah.
at one point, I don't know what happened, but we were able to just say, you know what? We're not going to get this. Let's just go in and have fun. And we threw things in that we knew would probably annoy people, like a song or something.
We just
But
went in there having
weren't-
fun.
We said, this is what we would do. We're not going to get the job, so let's go for it. And that's when we started getting jobs. And that's when we started getting calls back. And it really made such a difference. It was crazy.
We got several jobs where we left the room and said, like, well,
There's no way we're getting
there's
that
no
one.
way we got that. And
We
then our agent
laughed,
would
but
call
no one
and-
else seemed to.
Yeah, and then our
so-
agent would call and say, like, yeah, they love you. They want you to do it. What? How is that even possible? I felt like so hated in that room, but it was a big step when we said, like, we're gonna go into these pitch meetings now and we act like we don't care.
Yeah.
And so that was a big.
But it was more than acting. We really kind of had to not care. We had to just go in and say, well, whatever happens, happens.
Let's
And
have fun.
Is it
Yeah.
stereotypical? Is it a long conference room like we see in Entourage? Is it junior executives they're texting the whole time when you're trying to convey? Is that feeling ever
Sometimes.
Well, usually you're on the couch, you get offered your bottles of water, and then you're sitting across from 2 or 3 of them, and
it really varies from people who are like ready to hear, and you can see it in their face. They want to let's hear what you got, and then you've got this guy.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's rough. And that is really rough. Yeah.
And which is like, yeah. And it's just like, it's crazy because it's so, you're going to get a better pitch if you're a warm person and you look like you're open and you're encouraging the person.
Because the end game is a heartwarming animated thing, so why make you jump the hurdle of discomfort?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, make me laugh. It's like the game show or something, but they're determined like not to enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
Those were horrific experiences. Not always.
What
Some
was
people.
the first thought, yours, for The Secret Life of Pets and taking a whole movie in that direction? What was the genesis? The first thought?
I will say that our first concept for that was pets in an Alfred Hitchcock movie. So the idea was that like sort of a Rear Window situation.
They had a very secret life.
Okay.
Well, but it was more like it was like 39 Steps or like, you know, the Hitchcock where it's regular guy gets caught up in intrigue. Mm-hmm. So it was the idea that like pets, because they're home, would either witness a murder, right, across the apartment building, or something would happen like that. And so we started off in that concept, but then we found that just like pets' lives in general without that intrigue were so fun.
Right. And that's another one where
settled on that.
Every time you would mention that idea to someone, everybody who has a pet says, "Oh, I'm sure my dog gets into trouble." You know, it's just one of these things that everybody connected with immediately. Just the idea that you leave the house every day and your pet is there.
And what are they
doing, right? And it's just fun to imagine what they're doing. And that's really what we stuck with, was the idea of the fun of what's going on with your pets while you're out of the house.
Yeah.
You know, are they really going to eat that dry food there, or are they going to go in the fridge and fix themselves an omelet? You know,
and cover their tracks. And,
yeah.
And everything's off the table, so anything can happen in an animated film. Whatever you guys write,
right.
they can do it, right? Do we know who's the talent, the voice?
Yes.
Can you rattle off some names?
Yeah, our main character is Louis, played by Louis C.K.
Yeah.
Voices him, and that's
love
awesome
Louis
because we
CK.
love him. His show.
So you get a comedian, like you said, you guys write 3-4 great lines, and then he comes off with his
And
own.
he'll play with. He does less improv than like a Carell or.
But it's so much of it's so great
It's
to
his
have that
persona,
attitude and that,
yeah.
and he does. But he brings the Louis, you know, which is what you want, which is why you get these people to do these parts for the most part. You know, you want someone who understands the character and who's going to make that character better, and that's what most of the people that we've worked with have done. And
and a great example from this movie is Kevin Hart. Plays this fluffy white bunny, and he is just hilarious.
And the whole concept behind this fluffy white bunny is we just thought
he's evil.
Wouldn't it be funny to have this bunny and to have this big personality coming out of this cute little bunny? And he got that immediately, and it's just so fun.
So the door closes,
what
the
he
people go to
does.
work, and he becomes an evil bunny. Is that what happens?
Well, he's actually part
And
of
I don't know how much you should give away here.
Well, I think they've mentioned some things. The fleshed pets, that he is the leader of a group of rejected pets who hate humankind and want to take out the humans.
Okay.
And so our heroes, which are Louis C.K. and Eric Stone Street.
Can we break down each one of them, who they are, the characters?
Yeah, so Louis C.K. is like our main character. He's Max. He's just like a sweet dog. Was rescued by his owner and just has a super close relationship.
Is that where the heart comes from?
her,
One of the layers of the heart?
That's the big layer of the heart, which is he's a rescue, and so his owner, which is Ellie Kemper, is his whole world. Mm-hmm. You know, and he just loves her. And then she brings home a new dog, and that's Eric Stone Street, and that begins to cause troubles, as it would like in any home. With pets.
The home is, let's talk about the setting. It could have been a ranch. It could have been a suburban home in Orange County, but you guys chose an apartment. Why did you choose an apartment?
It seems like that's a place where it's easier. There's like tons of animals. New York City, by the way, is just, everybody seems to have a dog. In New York, everywhere you go, there's people walking dogs, and it just seemed like a great area for there to be a lot of pets in one location.
And then they could go out and have fun, but yeah, it's
Get
about
together
having like this little community of pets within one.
Right? Let's go to Fido's house for a party today.
Right.
He's hosting today. Yeah.
The Secret Life of Pets. Are you guys done, or do you still have to write pages for it?
We're pretty much done at this point. There were like folks on animation.
Yeah, they're moving forward with that. So we've been so deep in Despicable Land, so we have not been.
We've kind of handed it off at this point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you hand off the minions,
Well, we wrote Secret Life of Pets, but then we've handed it off.
All right. So, again, what happens at the end of? I don't think you guys have gotten to me on this. What happens at the end of this 2-week hiatus? You guys full blown Despicable Me?
Yeah, we
and-
dived back into Despicable Me 3, and then also.
I have a question. How do you keep this away, and how do you keep everything? How do you guys discipline yourselves to actually bear down and write? Because there's so many ways.
Yeah, how do we, Ken?
How do we?
Something happened. Something just happened.
No, there's always distractions. There's always a lot of interesting things to do besides write. Always. It doesn't matter if it's your computer, your phone, whatever. So that's the trick.
How do you guys go on lockdown? How do you do it? What do you do?
What is helpful is just regular work hours. You come in, you go to a place that's not home, because we've tried writing out of our homes, and I can't.
So we go there, and we're like 8 to 4. Those are generally our hours,
and that's it. We just write.
Yeah. But it's hard, but it's easy to get distracted. Like if you get even caught up in one little thing, like you're stuck on one thing, it's so easy to just go see what's up on Facebook.
Well, what happens?
I do that. I literally check Facebook way too many times a day. And it's just like, it's like the reward, like, oh, I finished that scene or something.
I get to see what's on.
Now I'm going to go check stuff. And so.
But what I find is I'll come to a point where I need to know, what's a city in this state? So I'll go look up a fun city. Oh wait, and then I'll find something else. And wait, I'll check my email while I'm on. And so you do research the whole time you're writing, just for little things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Research
names. You need a name, so you'll look up baby names in this country or whatever it is, and then that's it.
It's funny because I'm remembering what we did to distract ourselves before the internet. Like we used to just we'd make up these stupid games, like trying to get paper and the last wastebasket and Nerf hoop. Like we had a zillion other things we had to be really creative to distract ourselves before the internet
was like a thing.
Now it's it's all this force fit.
I want to know about you two in panic mode. What's that like? Do you guys ever get to that point where we need it like hours? We need to get this thing done.
Very rarely does it happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does, but we never really panic.
No, we don't really.
Yeah. Because we treat it.
That's not what you were looking for.
That's not what I was looking for.
We're wanting to see Cinco Ken of each other's throats.
I hit all the deadbolts. We draw the blinds,
right?
And then we can't tell you what happens beyond that. But
we always say poor planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on our part.
I love that
one. That's our motto. So we try not to get too worked up about things because people will try to get you worked up, but you have to realize that no, that's not actually true.
Right.
That there's no deadline that is real.
Right.
It's not live TV or anything like that. Right. That I understand. But
well, let me ask you something completely different. How does it feel to see the Minions globally piercing pop culture the way they have? I mean, Santa Monica Pier. Ding, ding, ding. What do you want?
Yeah.
Those are all dead to me. I want a Minion. It's really a phenomenon.
It is.
It is nuts. It's great. Like Halloween. You just see, and there's just Minions.
People dressed
everywhere.
as Gru, people dressed as the girls. It is surreal. I think it's kind of surreal, and it's strange because it starts off as this little thing that you're working on, this little project, just like every other little project. And here's some pictures, and we work on it for years, and nobody knows what it is. And you can tell people, we're working on this movie called Despicable Me. That's nice. I'm sure it'll come out someday.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's out there, and they're everywhere, and these Minions are everywhere, and it is very strange. It's sort of like someone went into your room and took something out that was yours, and now everybody has it. Right?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, and all over the world, it's crazy.
What's it like watching one of your films in different languages?
I don't know that I've watched in different languages. I love the one sheet. When you see the one sheet, where the posters are all from all over the world, and it's such a strange thing.
I remember seeing, with the Lorax. We had songs in it, so there's just a song of mine that called "How Bad Can I Be" that the Onceler sings, and I remember finding someone was posting, people fell in love with the Onceler character, women were falling in love with this character, and they thought he was really
sort of
sexy.
Like the game we played.
Yeah, and there's a song "How Bad Can I Be," and people were posting every different language versions of that song, and it was really cool and fun to see, and just hear it in German and whatever, in Swedish and Spanish and Portuguese, and it was just crazy to think that there's you write this thing and now it's everywhere.
Can you put into words how you guys feel when you see the magic of the Minions and little kids?
Boy, that's the best. The very best thing is the week the movie comes out, And we do it as much as we can. We just go to a show,
Yeah,
you know,
sit
like
in the
one
back.
of the big shows where we feel like it's going to be sold out or full, and you just sit there and you watch the kids, and we know when the laugh's coming, so you can kind of turn around and wait for it, and then watch the kids explode and giggle. That's the most fun part of the whole job. I think.
How about you? How do you assess it?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. I mean, it is. That's the best part, you know, because both Ken and I, we grew up as kids loving movies.
Yeah.
You know, and to think that, like, for some people, their movie, you know, their Duck Soup or Star Wars or, you know, Raiders or whatever is Despicable Me is just a crazy thought that somehow we've gotten like a small part, you know,
Yeah, it's
in
very
movie
strange.
history.
And just to clarify, Duck Soup was your movie.
Duck Soup, Star Wars, yeah.
Well, listen, you guys come back during the, Secret Life of Pets tour.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
we'll come. Yeah,
Come back.
That'll be next summer.
Next time? Okay, great. It'll be fun. We'll do it right here. I have a Film Freak trivia question for you right now.
For us?
Yeah. What blockbuster movie coming out this summer about Minions did these... I just gave the answer away. Okay, I gotta give another one here. Just give me a title of a movie that these guys wrote. That's it. Email me, leo@filmfreak.com, leo@filmfreak.com. You will get this right here. Nothing says family. Like Mark Wahlberg.
We almost
gambler.
wrote that one.
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
He's just a compulsive gambler, and he just lets it ride. No, don't bet. John Goodman in the wings. Oh my gosh.
We were bummed when that came out because that was our original plot for Despicable Me 3. Yes. Gru has a gambling problem. So,
You heard it here first. Cinco Paul, Ken Daurio, thank you guys so much. Come back again, all right? Come on.
we'll absolutely do. Thanks so much,
Boom.
Leo.
Thank you.
All right, and olive oil. We'll never forget this show as well. So, all right, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, producer Steven, and we'll see you right here on the Film Freak Movie Interview. Thanks a lot.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.